Gonna be on the air now. Okay, welcome to another episode of Before Coffee. Though for me, I've been up for a very long time, so it's like I've already drank coffee. Got Rog here with his green because it's St. Patrick's Day, and it's very important that you wear green. Wait, show your gloves again.
What? My gloves? I've been showing them this whole time.
So on my screen, it's more yellow than green.
I got my Green Bay Packer receiver gloves on.
There's your green, yeah.
Yeah, my Green Bay Packer hat, because the Green Bay Packers, well, basically it's a new era in the Green Bay Packers.
Yes, they're getting it.
It's the Jordan Love era. Well, he's not a new quarterback. He's been there 3 years.
Well, yeah. Usually you don't start like you're off on the main starter position.
Oh, plenty of teams start rookies all the time. Oh, yeah. Oh, you want to look at terrible teams? They're always putting rookies
You
up.
want to look
Well, it works once in a while. It does. Once in a while. About 1 out of 15 times when you throw a rookie out there, he actually turns into a good quarterback. Usually he just destroys confidence.
I did everything wrong today. I think I'm going to quit.
You're going to take the hat off, though. Going to take the hat off because it's getting in the way of my headphones.
Oh, okay.
But that was ready for the news stories.
All right.
Too much to get
My
to.
first news story today. Chinese President Xi will spend 3 days in Moscow next week.
Microsoft announces Copilot, the AI-powered future of Office documents. No, it's not a commercial.
It's been confirmed the Bay has now become the largest party in all provinces in the Netherlands. Peasant Party has taken over.
11 banks deposit $30 billion in First Republic Bank to save it from going under.
Bird flu vaccine trial is successful.
Malawi's president appeals for immediate aid after Cyclone Freddy.
That's it.
Oh, we have that. We have sports. We have other stories to get to today on Before Coffee. It's
17.
March 17th, 2023. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Turalora.
All right. My first news story. Chinese President Xi Jinping will pay a 3-day visit to Russian President Putin in Moscow for a Monday. It is the first time since the outbreak of the war that the Chinese leader has visited Russia. Last spoke via video link in December. According to the Kremlin, there's talk of strategic relationship and international cooperation between the two countries. Also, important documents are signed. A Chinese spokesperson says ties will be strengthened and several international and regional issues are discussed. The word Ukraine does not appear in the announcements of either country. China is critical of Western sanctions and arms supplies, which Beijing says will only exacerbate the situation. The country refuses to condemn the Russian invasion. Russia entered into an unlimited partnership with the Chinese president in February, just before the invasion of Ukraine. Earlier this week, Ukraine's foreign minister spoke in a rare telephone conversation with his Chinese counterpart. Beijing urged in the negotiations that all parties will keep their peace on a political solution. That's it. Short and sweet.
Right out. Let's go with my stories then. We'll go to Microsoft announces Copilot, the AI-powered feature of Office documents. This is from The Verge, a tech website, I guess. Tom Moran of The Verge. Microsoft is announcing an AI-powered Copilot for its Microsoft 365 apps and services today, designed to assist people with generating documents, emails, presentations, and much more. The Copilot powered by GPT from OpenAI will sit alongside Microsoft 365 apps, much like Assistant. Remember Clippy?
Yeah.
Appearing in the sidebar is a chatbot that allows Office users to summon it, to generate text and documents, create PowerPoint presentations based on Word documents, and even help use features like pivot tables in Excel. Microsoft Copilot leaked earlier today. I'm gonna cough, hold on. I had to cough. Back to the story. It works alongside you, embedded in the apps millions of people use every day. Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, Teams, and more, said Microsoft 365 head Jared Spataro. Copilot is a whole new way of working. Microsoft 365 will be able to summon Copilot to provide information in upcoming Microsoft Teams meeting, bring people with updates on related subjects and organizational changes like recent hires, and even updates to coworkers who made it work to return from vacation. Okay. So I guess it's just a talking interface.
Yeah.
Appears, and Copilot can also be summoned throughout Microsoft apps using Word to draft documents based on other files. So the AI generate text can then be freely edited and adapted as Copilot is essentially a chatbot. You can even ask it to create a 10-slide PowerPoint presentation based on a Word document or analyze or format Excel data. That means Excel users can use Copilot to instantly create SWOT analysis pivot table using data in Microsoft Teams. Copilot feature can transcribe meetings, remind you of things you might have missed if you join late, or even summarize actions throughout a meeting. Spataro was quick to note that Copilot wouldn't always be correct. Sometimes Copilot will get it right, other times will usefully wrong, giving you an idea that's not perfect, but still gives you a head start. So here we go. Chatbots, AI taking over simple tasks that we don't want to do, hopefully. And probably doing them substandardly, poorly, but quickly and without us doing much thinking. So that's basically what's going on here. We're letting computers do things. There's a chat box, was it Chat GPT, the one I was doing?
Yeah.
They've improved their chat AI, so now it can pass the bar exam 90%. Just pass the bar exam. Hey, do you take the bar exam test for me so I can pass? And then it takes the test, and you're a lawyer. Your computer's a lawyer, but you're an idiot. But you got a computer program that took your bar exam for you. Well, they're just going to have to make you take it in pencil. That's all there is to it. They just have to make the rules. So you got to take it in pencil, buddy. You have to actually be smart to be a lawyer. Sorry. All right, you're sorry.
Okay. Dutch politic news. We were talking yesterday about the votes going in and counting, and it looked like the Bay was going in overall, and they are indeed the largest party in all provinces. Right? So there aren't some provinces that have a different party. Every single province in the Netherlands, right? So it's like every county, right? Every region in the Netherlands has the Boerburgerbeweging as the top dog. Their politics.
Yeah.
In Utrecht, which is a major city, BBB was involved in a neck-to-neck with Rona Links, which is the Green Party. Now that all votes have been counted, BBB emerged as the winner. The last Utrecht municipality where the result was determined in Veenendaal, South Holland, and in Gelderland. I live in South Holland, by the way. Provincial results have not yet been received, but Caroline van de Plas party can no longer be caught up there. BBB made the biggest gains in Drenthe and Overijssel, where about a third of the voters voted for the party. The party is mainly associated with the countryside, but major gains have been made in several cities. For example, the party in the municipality of The Hague, everyone knows The Hague, European judicial, what is it called? The world judicial.
The World Court.
World Court. There you go. I was like, I can't think of the simple word for.
You're making it complicated.
The World Court overtook the Bay overtook the PVDA, which I think is for Democracy Alliance or something like that, with an 8.7 to 7.9% of the vote. Almere, Bay even became the largest in one fell swoop. About a third of the Bay voters come from the rural areas, especially in the northeast of the country, where a large portion of the voters voted for the party. At first glance, the party seems to have conquered the whole of the Netherlands, says the electoral geographer Josse de Voogd. But to also include the population numbers, the picture becomes somewhat nuanced. Then, a relatively smart part of the Netherlands turns Bay green. So if you actually account for fair, right?
Yeah.
Population-wise, most of the cities are still not, ruled by the peasant party. So, for the disturbing, Sorry.
Go ahead.
For the distribution of seats in the Senate, it is expected that Burgerbeweging will win 16 seats. The combination of GroenLinks and A will probably get at least 15 seats. One more of these parties now have in the Senate. CDA, one of the biggest losers in the election, Christian Democratic Party, expected to hold only 5 Senate seats of the 9 seats it originally had. VVD, which basically, if I remember correctly, they're the crazy party. They're the Trump party. They're going from 12 seats. There we go. Who knows what that will bring in the next coming years? Potential politics. Probably more farmers getting what they want.
Man, do you hear that?
Do I hear what? No, I don't hear anything.
Never mind, it's a bus outside or something.
Right.
Okay.
Your next story.
Well, so Dutch politics is complicated.
It's not that complicated. It's just add
naming
3
your
more
parties
parties,
is
Just add 3 more parties and it's like, because of the coalitions, right? Because of the Green Party and the Democratic Party are basically one big party together.
Yeah, okay. It's like I said, complicated.
Not that complicated.
I don't know why. Well, it didn't uncomplicate it.
Just imagine the Green Party or the Independent Party in America actually. That's the difference.
Yeah, they do something every year. They stay home, or they vote for the wrong people, and some fascist wins this close election. That's what they do every year. Every damn cycle is what they do. We're staying home. He's not perfect. Yeah.
All right.
The perfect. What's the saying? Let's let the perfect be the opposite of the good. Or it's mostly let's not let the perfect be the enemy of the good.
Yeah.
We'll take the dictator because the guy on our side is 100% on our side in every little issue. So we'll take the guy that's 99% against us and everything. That's the kind of logic people have, unfortunately. They're stupid. Humans are stupid. That's the news. That's the news today. Humans are stupid. Thank you. Okay. 11 banks and more bank failure news. Speaking of what I was just talking about, there's a story from the Wall Street Journal. Hopefully, nope, it's not from the Wall Street Journal because I have to go behind the pay window. Let me see. I might not be going through this. Nope. Let's see what I can do with Google. Signing with Google. I shouldn't do Wall Street Journal because Rupert Murdoch owns that paper. Nope, we're not doing Wall Street Journal. Screw the Wall Street Journal. We'll find this story in another place. It'll be Times, who won't give me a pay window because I've already subscribed. Wall Street's biggest banks rescue teetering First Republic. A plan led by Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen and J.P. Morgan Chase Bank led to a $30 billion infusion by 11 of the largest U.S. banks. Well, thank you, Janet Yellen, for letting private industry bail out private industry. What a concept. And then, instead of letting the government, here's some money, guys, go waste it again. There you go. God, call us back when you need more. That's what usually happens.
Right?
In an extraordinary effort, this is by Rob Copeland, Lauren Hirsch, Ellen Rappaport, and Maureen Farrell. In an extraordinary effort to pronounce words, in an extraordinary effort to starve, man. In an extraordinary effort to stave off financial contagion, I was worried about the word contagion, couldn't pronounce the words before it, and reassure the world that the American financial system was stable. 11 of the largest U.S. banks came together on Thursday to inject $30 billion into First Republic Bank, a smaller peer on the brink of collapse after the implosion of Silicon Valley Bank last week. Hatched on Tuesday during a call between Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen and Jamie Dimon, the chief executive of J.P. Morgan Chase, the plan has each bank depositing at least $1 billion into First Republic. It is meant as a show of support for First Republic and the singleton market. That the San Francisco lenders' woes do not reflect the deeper trouble at the bank. Ms. Yellen believed that such a move by the private sector would underscore confidence in the health of the bank. Mr. Dimon, B-I-M-O-N, whose bank saved several rivals during the 2008 financial crisis, was on the board. In 48 hours, the deal was done. The arrangement was without precedent in decades, an indication of how dire the bank's sector predicament had become within a week. With its echoes of the 2008 financial crisis, the collapses of Silicon Valley Bank on Friday and Signature Bank on Sunday sparked a panic that appears unlikely to subside immediately. The four banks that put the most money into the effort, J.P. Morgan, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and Citigroup, said in a joint statement that the action demonstrates their overall commitment to helping banks serve their customers and communities. The four banks will each deposit $5 billion. Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley are putting in $2.5 billion. Now these are investment banks. Those two banks are investment banks. The first four were commercial banks. Interesting. PNC Financial. Sorry?
No, I'm just like.
PNC Financial. I don't know. I just know the difference by the names. I don't know how I can tell. PNC Financial, Truist, BNY Mellon, State Street, and U.S. Bank are each depositing $1 billion. Of course, there is a blurred line since Glass-Steagall. There was a law called Glass-Steagall was passed in the Depression era that prevented commercial banks from owning investment banks. So during the Bush administration in early 2000s, they repealed Bush-Steagall, and basically places like Bear Stearns and Lehman Brothers were owned by commercial banks. Commercial banks are protected by insurance, by the taxpayers' insurance. Investment banks are not protected by insurance. Investment banks invest in Wall Street. They speculate in real estate. They speculate in cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
They are not guaranteed by the taxpayers. So when a commercial bank owns them and they go Tango uniform, the commercial bank does what? They go Tango uniform. So what happens? The federal regulators, the federal government's got to step in and bail out commercial banks who should have never owned investment banks to begin with. Your story.
Okay. Sure, it's gonna be completely fine.
Buy finance before coffee. Go on.
All right. In bird flu news, 2 vaccines have been proven successful in protecting chickens against bird flu. This has emerged from research by the University of Wageningen in a lab situation. Vaccination protected chickens against the bird flu and prevent the spread of the virus. In a letter to the House of Representatives, Minister Adema of Agriculture, Nature, and Food Quality says he is pleased with the results of the study, taking the next step towards large-scale vaccination, testing the vaccine at a few poultry farms. The current bird flu wave, which has lasted about a year and a half, is the most severe in Europe. 5 million chickens and other poultry have been killed. Vaccination is the solution to the problem, said Bart-Jan Oblat, chairman of the Dutch Poultry Farms Union. Yet, European regulations currently prevent the use of vaccine. Although the vaccination of chickens has been allowed for a few days, trading in the products of vaccinated poultry abroad will still cause problems. Vaccine for chickens is of no use if you don't lose your eggs. But we will, with a well-functioning vaccine, we're 10 steps further. 4 different vaccines have been lab tested on chickens. Each vaccine was administered to 10 chickens. Consequently, half of these chickens were infected with the bird flu virus. 2 of the 4 vaccines of the chickens with the bird flu have not become ill, and the virus has not spread. On the farm, chickens have to deal with various diseases and other vaccines. Therefore, 2 successful vaccines at a few poultry farms. The so-called field study will start this summer. The minister is preparing a pilot to investigate the effects of vaccinated chickens on the trade. He writes in a letter to Parliament, "It is important that there is sufficient support among other member states in the European Union, among poultry farms, among other market parties. This pilot will examine at large scale how the vaccination program can be organized responsibly. It is scheduled to start at the end of this year. Tested vaccines can be injected into a chicken's egg. Male chicks can also be vaccinated in the hatchery. However, the vaccines are only suitable for a few types of poultry. Only chickens and turkeys are protected against the bird flu vaccine." Researchers at Wageningen University. Vaccines don't work for ducks, geese, and other birds. Other vaccines against the bird flu are being tested in France and Hungary to protect ducks, turkeys, and virus. I had no idea that I can't believe the bird flu has been around for a year. But like, sure.
Yeah, the price of eggs ridiculous there too.
Yep.
Yeah, your mom buys them by the 5 dozen, man. I don't know why. We can always go to Amish, but she just gets it on Walmart, I guess. Anyway, Malawi president from this is Al Jazeera. Malawi's president appeals for immediate aid after cyclone. This is from the Al Jazeera staff. President Lazarus Chakwera of Malawi has appealed to the international community to send urgent help to the southern African nation, which has been ravaged by storms that have killed more than 300 people and displaced hundreds of thousands more. We need immediate help, he told Al Jazeera.
Monday, right?
We need helicopters now. Storms have cleared off somewhat, so now the aircraft, some foodstuffs, and other equipment. Tropical Cyclone Freddy. We were talking about the cute name we give these things that kill people.
Freddy.
Oh, Freddy! Don't hurt me, Freddy. Hit the coast of southern Africa for a second time over the weekend, causing devastation in Malawi and its neighbor, Mozambique. At least 326 people have been confirmed dead in Malawi, bringing the overall number of fatalities across the region to more 400 since February. Chakwera, who declared 14 days of mourning and pledged 1.5 million assistance, is now called for more aid, saying the country's capacity to provide relief is limited. Climate change is real, and what we are having to see is devastation, the president said. 13 months, 3 devastating cyclones. We are trying to do the best we can to pull ourselves by our bootstraps.
But
as climate change,
you can't do that. That's the whole pulling up by the bootstraps. You can't actually do it.
You would actually fall on your face.
Yeah.
Right? Or fall. You'd fall.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever actually tried to do that, right?
Yeah.
As climate change causes warmer oceans, heat energy from the water's surface is fueling stronger storms. Freddy broke the world record for the most accumulated cyclone energy, a measure based on the storm's wind strength over its lifetime. Meteorologists say it might break 2 more records. Chakwera said recovering such a storm cannot happen without international help. What is happening to us can happen to anyone, anywhere. Let the world come in and help Malawi, because we cannot afford to be going backwards instead of going forward in terms of provisions that Malawians need. Ransmain Kabor, emergency coordinator for Doctors Without Borders in Blantyre, which is the capital, are the biggest economic center anyway, said the most pressing issue was the lack of clean water, which could cause a cholera outbreak like the aftermath of Cyclone Anna in the country's south last year. In this interview, Al Jazeera, Chakwera concurred falling for calling for shelter, blankets, and amenities that will help with water and sanitation provision and people could want another outbreak of waterborne diseases. There you are. Give help, give aid if you can. These people have nothing to begin with, and then they get wiped out. So. Right on.
Very sad about Malawi. Check the description of the video if you are
We can
interested
do
in
something.
donating and helping Malawi recover from their any amount helps, as I said, right? They can't fight nature.
Somehow cyclone doesn't sound as bad as hurricane, but
It's just a
it's
different
pretty.
direction. The little hurricane and cyclones are the same thing.
No, you're thinking of hurricanes and typhoons.
Oh, okay. They're the same. I thought they're the same thing, but they just go a different direction. That was the right.
Yeah,
'Cause they're on the
typhoons and
southern
hurricanes.
hemisphere.
I think cyclones are just another name for tornadoes.
I don't do tornadoes. Don't last months. It has to be a hurricane.
Hurricanes don't last for a month either. They last maybe a week.
Well, that's the whole thing. It's a record-breaking hurricane. Storm. It's a record-breaking
It's a
storm.
cyclone, man. I'm not gonna. That's not gonna
It doesn't matter. It
terminology.
doesn't matter. For my.
It's a big glot of wind.
You can't build anything when the wind sweeps it away.
You can't keep your hair straight. Let's put it that way. Yeah, all right.
All right. In my media news, real quick, South African comedian Trevor Noah receives the Erasmus Prize. According to the jury of the Dutch Premium Erasminium, oh God, I didn't know how to read Latin today. Noah acts in a Erasmian spirit with his enormous talent for mocking, linguistic, and connecting political humor. According to the foundation, the comedian thus contributes to the theme of Praise of Folly, named after Erasmus's most famous book. Noah is an influential media personality in the United States. Besides being a comedian, he is also a television presenter, political commentator, and philanthropist and author. For many years, Noah hosted The Daily Show, a satirically watched American news program. At the end of last year, he stopped as a presenter. Oh, I didn't even hear about it.
Yeah, they're actually having a host per week, new host each week.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it works out pretty good. They're having a lot of really good hosts. Chelsea Handler, I can't think of anybody's name. Wanda Sykes.
Wanda Sykes, pretty cool.
I found out she used to work in the NSA. I did not know that. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I remember that. It's one of her jokes, I think.
I know.
It is in the 65th time that the prize has been awarded. The prize of 1,500,000 euros annually goes to someone or something that has made an outstanding contribution. Did I say 1,500,000? 150,000 euros annually goes to someone or something who has made an outstanding contribution to the humanities and the arts in Europe and beyond. The prize is presented by King William Alexander, the regent of the foundation and also the king of the Netherlands. So he met the king of the Netherlands.
Nice.
Thanks for being a funny guy. I'm a king. Previous winners include Israeli-authored David Grossman, the British artist Grayson Perry, the American composer and conductor John Adams, and the online encyclopedia Wikipedia. Who got the money? I guess the business got the money, right? They just got an investment. Here's 150,000 euros. Wikipedia. All right. Want to go into the sports news here? Find out our wins and losses.
Well, I will update that the U.S. military has released a video of Russian fighter jet dumping fuel on a drone, and Polish security forces have found that the Russians are monitoring rail traffic as they're shipping things to help the. What are we talking about? We're talking about the Russians. And what are we talking about? We're talking about war. We're talking about World War III, and we're talking about my brain not working. Ukraine and Russia, and we're talking about the start of World War III. But let's get back to sports, where the Mets' Edwin Diaz expected to miss the season with a torn patellar tendon that he hurt while celebrating in the World Baseball Classic. So he wasn't playing baseball, and he was doing basically a Goodwill World Olympic type event, and he's up for the season. Oh, and then we'll do our tournament picks. What do you think? Advancing, Alabama over Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Maryland over West Virginia. We had San Diego State over Charleston. We had number 13 Furman, who you picked, over Virginia. Number 4, right? And we had Missouri over Utah State. We had Princeton, a number 15 seed, beating number 2 Arizona. I watched that game. Arizona looked like they folded. It looked like somebody was taking gambling money to lose that game, because they completely stopped playing. I swear, that was frustrating as hell. Why are they not trying to score? Why are they not trying to score? Every trip down the floor. Oh, I was getting like, I'm not gambling on these anymore. Seriously. Okay, we also had Purdue beating Texas Southern. No, we don't. We did not have that game, do we? Okay. We had Duke over Oral Roberts, Tennessee over Louisiana, and in the other regions, we had Texas over Colgate. A&M lost to Penn State, right? You got that? Yeah, I had Kansas over Howard, Arkansas over Illinois, Northwestern over Boise State, and UCLA over UNC Asheville. All right. Any other ones? Did I miss? No, I didn't. Houston. Okay, Houston also won. Houston over and Auburn over Iowa. Yeah, and Houston over Northern Kentucky. And actually, Northern Kentucky was holding. I watched that for a little bit, though I got tired. All right.
In history, and then we can end this.
Junket. Well, who you calling junk? This day in March, the vote to end it. This March 17, 1992, the vote to end apartheid. Nice. Nearly 69% of white South African voters backed F.W. de Klerk's reforms, which included the repeal of racially discriminatory laws and effectively endorsed dismantling of apartheid. And this day, John Wayne Gacy. We remember his birthday. Why? Okay, Nat King Cole was born in 1919. Gloria Swanson was born in 1899. Rudolf Nureyev, famous Soviet ballet dancer, Soviet born. He's Russian ballet dancer. I don't even know what country he's from. It just says Soviet born.
Yeah,
Rudolf Nureyev.
Any of the countries in the Soviet Union. Thanks.
Probably Russia. Nureyev could have been Ukraine. Could have been Georgia. We don't know. Today, St. Patrick, patron saint of Ireland, died on this day in the 1468, according to legend. Okay, so there's no real facts in this, so we'll just pass it on. American author Norton, who wrote more than 130 sci-fi and fantasy adventure novels, and died at the age of 93 in 1995. 2000, a fire broke out at the Ten Commandments of God. A fire broke out at the headquarters of the Doomsday Cult movement for the restoration of the Ten Commandments of God in Kanungu, Uganda, and eventually led to the discovery of more than 775 bodies, many of which have been poisoned. The cult's leaders are believed to have killed their followers after promised apocalypse did not occur. So 2000, people were expecting apocalypse, and they killed themselves and had their leaders killed and whatever, killed them. And
yeah, it's the famous phrase, drink the Kool-Aid.
Well, yeah, actually it's from Jonestown.
Oh, okay.
In Guyana, South Africa. My old boss was there. Oh. He was in Special Forces at the time. He's one of the first people on the ground. He's a radio operator. And he came upon that village. Dead people.
That's great.
Really, yeah. Yeah, it was almost all black people.
Well, yeah, it's Ghana.
No, they were Americans. Ghana's in South America.
Okay.
Guyana, not Ghana.
Oh,
Guyana.
Guyana. Sorry.
No. These people were in San Francisco. They're part of Jonestown. That was
Yeah.
a totally different event. Anyway, they were all from San Francisco. 1958, the first solar-powered satellite Vanguard 1 was launched from Cape Canaveral, Florida. The small satellite, weighed less than 4 pounds, stopped transmitting in 1964. Poland issued ultimatum to Lithuania to attempt to settle the territorial dispute over city limits of Vilnius in 1938. How nice of Poland to issue ultimatums in 1938 right before Hitler rolls across the border, huh?
Yeah.
We have all kinds of power. Hitler's like, yeah, he ain't got nothing. Nat King Cole was born in 1919. I already covered that. Eleanor Roosevelt, niece of Theodore Roosevelt, married her distant cousin Franklin D. Roosevelt in 1905. And this date in history, March 17th. And that's about it today. We've wasted enough time.
All right. Well, this has been Allison here from the Netherlands, where I just biked for 2 hours outside for like 10 kilometers. Wow. I recommend it. Nice. It's only when there's nice weather, though. And we'll see you next week to find out how bad we are at picking who will win basketball games in college basketball.
And this is Roger, United States, where I apologize for everything I just did.
All right. See you next time.
Good night. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and notify buttons, and follow our other channels, Toxic Alley, History of Gravy, and Scratchy Old Records.